Welcome to Zach Riley here to MMAOddsBreaker. Getting ready to fight Hugo Viana, coming up here at RFA 34, coming off of this devastating 59-second win over Shy Lindsay back in RFA 31. That fight, you took on 48-hour notice. Now, I've heard of guys taking week notice, 2-week notice, but 2-day notice?
Yeah, it was the first time for me. It was fun. It was kind of a hard cut. I had to cut 17 pounds in at 48 hours, and just to 35, that was extremely hard because I wasn't training at all. I came off an injury. I actually had an injury in the fight, but I don't think anybody's supposed to know that. But yeah, right. I had a broken toe, so it was messing up my movement a lot.
So you hadn't been training. You had just come off an injury. You got injured just before the fight, and you win in 59 seconds. Let's say this fight goes into the second round. Would you have been able to maintain the pace? Or are you so far out of shape you couldn't have gone that deep?
I'd say I could be. Just my mental drive. I would have been able to.
That would have been, for me, coming off of an extended layoff with a couple of injuries, going in the second round then becomes very difficult. So you always try to finish in the first round. Was your plan to go out there and get to the ground as quickly as possible because of your toe?
To win as quickly as possible in any way. Didn't matter how, just do it as fast as possible.
Okay. So that fight goes better than planned, obviously, and better than expected. What do you think is going to happen with this fight? Hugo's obviously a totally different competitor. He's got a lot of experience compared to you, 8-3 versus 3-3. How are you approaching this fight?
I really don't know how, other than just do me, is have fun with it, just like I did in Vegas, except 10 times better because I'm coming in shape and I'm mentally prepared. I'm physically capable of beating anyone in the world right now.
You said earlier that on 2-day notice you had to cut 17 pounds.
Yes.
What's your weight like now that you've been in training camp and you've been prepping for this one?
Oh, I'm about 6. I woke up at 146 this morning, so I'm 11 pounds off.
So a big difference, and being in shape too. For those at home that don't know, if you're not in shape, cutting 17 pounds is really difficult as opposed to being in shape. And of course, when you get in shape, you have less to cut like you do now, only have 11. What will you wake up at the day of weigh-in? You weigh about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you wake up around 9 o'clock in the morning. What do you think your weight's going to be like?
I'll be right on, probably. I won't have to do anything the day of. I'll be the furthest away from the 135, I'll say 137.
Oh, okay. And you can drift that, in 6 hours for sure. So Is that how you like it? You like waking up on weight and not having to do anything that morning?
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Cutting more than 5 pounds in a day it's physically draining, and it can take a toll emotionally, which I've had to deal with, and it wasn't fun. Cutting 125, I can't do it anymore. I found that out.
You say emotionally. What happened to you emotionally? Take us through the steps. I've done it. I've been through it. I know it because I was wrestling for so long, but the people at home don't really know what it's like to cut weight. So take them through the emotional aspect of having to cut down that low.
Here's a perfect example. My last fight at 125, I think it was with Ben Vombar. I was throwing up before weigh-ins. I was throwing up green liquid, and I couldn't cut anymore, but I somehow made 125 exactly. And if I stood up too quickly, I had to stand up very slowly, I would feel like I'm about to pass out. I would lose sight. My vision would go in and out. It made me question myself, which was something that you don't need before a fight.
Right. And that fight with Ben Vombar, you win by submission in the first round, like 30 seconds.
Yes.
From what you're describing, that fight couldn't have gone in the second round. You wouldn't have had the energy. There's not enough time to recover from that deep a weight cut. Within 24 hours from making weight to fight time, you wouldn't have been able to survive in the second round. Now, you would have been in the second round, but you wouldn't have had any go. Like, it would have been a bad event at that point. So
yeah, it would have been horrible.
After that fight, you now make the decision to go up to 35. What was the adjustment like going from 25 to 35? The 10 pounds didn't seem like that much weight, but at percentages of body weight, it's a lot of weight to put on and try to maintain against guys who at the beginning a little bit bigger than you, right?
They're not necessarily bigger because I was giant for 125, and people say I'm big for 135 still. But then again, size, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because technique comes into play. I have my strength. I have my speed to overwhelm and do all that. But it's that 10 pounds with my body size and percent of body fat. It was a huge change. It's a very drastic change from being able to go 7 minutes to 25, 30, 45 minutes easy.
So obviously 35 is a better weight class for you right now. You said you're only 11 pounds over during training camp. Do you think you're going to grow again and have to move up to 45 eventually?
Eventually, because I'm going to mature. My body's going to mature. I'm going to get bigger, which I don't want to, but it's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's the fact of life.
Yeah.
All right, talk us through Hugo. Do you watch tape? Are you a tape watcher? Do you know much about your opponent?
I don't like to because they all end up doing the same thing. It's a theory that I've put together before Conor McGregor said it. It's once I hit them, they turn into a wrestler, which has happened in every single fight I've had. I hit them a few times, and they want to take me down. So I'm expecting the same thing, but I'm expecting him to brawl because I've watched one of his fights, and he is a brawler. He can take a punch, and I'm kind of hoping it goes that way. And hopefully we stand and bang, but I'm still going to expect him to go for a takedown and try to wrestle it out.
Smart. I like that mindset. I like that game plan. Do you come up with your own game plans, or does your coaching staff help you come up with your game plans?
I kind of come up with my own because as far as coaches, I have Drew Lawrence with Pariah. I don't train with anyone in Pueblo except for Mike Aragon anymore, and he's just been helping me out with cardio. He's actually been amazing with that. But it's mainly myself because no one knows me more than me. I know my favorite techniques. I know what I want to do. I'd say just me. It's my game plan, which isn't really game plan because I just go in and react.
Now, you're in Pueblo, Colorado, and it's kind of a smaller town, and so it's difficult to find training partners and, like you said, coaches and places to work out. Is there ever have you ever thought about moving to a different city, like maybe going up to Denver or jumping ship to another big team where you can get some better technique and better coaching?
I've thought about it, but I feel pretty at home with Pariah. I like them a lot, and then my connections in Pueblo with Mike Aragon, and of course I have a job right now just to help me out with food and pay for my new car and all that. And so once I can support myself 100% off MMA, then I can actually decide on what I want to do, whether I go to a different state, to Denver's, move up to Springs.
Okay. What's the job you're doing right now besides fighting?
I do. It's not really good to say, but I'll say I do loss prevention for Kohl's, so I stop theft.
Okay. Yeah. No. What's wrong with saying that?
The people in Pueblo are getting pretty bad, and it's becoming a very heroin's the biggest thing around here. So I got to deal with that every day.
Yeah, it's difficult. I spent a little bit of time up there in Pueblo, and you definitely have there's a severe drug problem running through there, but it's pocketed like everywhere else in the country where certain cities have it and certain cities don't, and Pueblo's just one of the spots that does. So, but it's good for you because now you have a job.
Yes, I'm just hoping nothing happens and it affects my career.
Exactly. So, all right, man, Zach, thanks so much for coming on here. I appreciate it. I know it's early morning for you. Thanks for coming through. I really appreciate it. Good luck in this fight, man. I think it's going to be a great fight for you. It's going to be another one of those where like if people look at your record at 3-3. It's not really those 3 losses could have gone either way. Like they were very, very close, controversial decision losses. So you could be 6-0 at this point, very easily. So I can't wait to watch this fight, and I'm going to be a fan sitting at home watching you compete. So thanks for coming on here. I appreciate it. Good luck in the rest of your training camp.
Awesome. Thank you for having me, and thank you for having me on here again. I'm excited. I can't wait to do it, and thank you for being a fan, man. I'm a big fan of you.
Good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Have a good one.